In this video, we're going to talk about how your website is important to Google, or is it even important to Google? Does Google even know your website exists? So how is it also that your website is important enough for Google to say, hey, when people type in, let's just say Provo, Utah homes for sale, that your site would come up? Well, guess what? It's not going to, right? Because Google feels that Zillow is much more important than a single real estate agent who has one website based on that keyword term. Okay, so everything is based on keywords. And first, I wanted to apologize about my lighting in my room right now. This is going to become my office. It's under construction, but I did not want to continue to not video because people are wanting me to produce these videos. So you know what? We're just going to have to deal with the bad lighting and everything. I even have my production lights, but they're just not working correctly without the correct a lot of other elements, put it that way. So how is your website better than your competitors? So you come and you say, okay, I'm going to build a website. I know I need to build a website. And let's say you're in skincare and you just developed this really cool anti-aging skincare line. And now you need a website. Okay, well, it's obvious you need a website because everybody needs a website. But the problem is that there are over 1.13 billion websites created. And I have to look at my numbers up here. Did you know that there are 547,200 new websites created every single day? The problem is Google knows that most of those are spam. Most of them are created basically by robots that just churn garbage out. So Google's biggest concern is user experience. Of course, no, I take that back. Google's biggest concern is their income, right? To make money. But how they make money is by people going to Google to do searches, and they only go to searches if they're getting a valuable experience. So all of that leads back to this sort of sense of altruism from Google, which is pretty fake, if you ask me. But what it is, they're saying, oh, we care more about the user. We care more about the person searching on the internet. Well, the reason, obviously, that they care is because then they can deliver ads in front of those searches, right? And that's how they make their money. But let's just be that as it may. Google's biggest job, what they employ the most in their algorithm, is to get rid of these spam websites that are just like churning out like crazy. Okay. So let's just say that you are a real estate agent. And the reason I'm bringing up skincare and real estate is because we're doing this case study. So this is a video that you should watch before you start the case study journey. So we're going to do two case studies. One is on skincare, anti-aging skincare line, and the other is a real estate in Utah. So I'm going to go through step by step, because one is e-commerce and it's a brand and all that, and the other is also a brand because I'm going to show you why that becomes a brand and how you do that market. And so whatever business you're in, you can apply these to yourself, especially if you're a local business, service provider, anything like that. So mortgage brokers, counselors, dentists, lawyers, all of everything that's in a service base, especially geographical. Through this process, you're going to learn what's important, what Google looks for, how to set up your website, what you need to put on there, the tools that you need to use, the tools that I use to make it all work for us. So why would you listen to me? Because first of all, I've been in real estate for 40 plus years. I have been in SEO since 2007. So I started my very first SEO courses in 2006. I became a blogger back then, before you can even put pictures on a blog. It was called a web blog. I was part of the whole Squidoo process. So I was on Squidoo and I had what they called lenses. And I don't know if you remember those days. And then now I forgot the guy's name that started that all. He's a famous author and speaker and stuff too. Anyway, you can mention him in the comments. I don't know. It just left my brain just now. And then then I started blogging and I'm going to tell you that whole story in another video, but that's where all my background comes from. And it's just evolved over the years and I've stayed on top of it. I've taught courses. I do a lot of coaching consulting, and I can talk to you about SEO all day long and content production for your website. So let's go back to the subject real quick. And, so you just want to start a website. So you say, okay, I want to start a website. You think of a name, you're probably, and we're going to go through that in the next video. In another video, we're going to talk about choosing your domain, why, the kinds of domains you should choose, and how you get those. So that's going to be one of our topics that we're going to discuss. And if you already have a website, it's really good if you go through these, because there's going to be really good pieces of information and trainings that I do in these that you can apply even if you already have a website. There's some things you can't go back and change, but there's many that you can and alter and make better. Okay, so make sure you're even start from the very beginning. So this is so what I want to go back to when you're very first starting that website. And let's just say you're a chiropractor, and I'm going to share my screen here. Hopefully I do this right. Yeah, there we go. So I'm sharing my screen, and I'm going to pretend I am a chiropractor in Wellington, Florida. So if I go over here and I type into Google, which I did already for you, and I'm not an incognito, by the way. So these could be, I don't think they're skewed. They could be, because one of my clients is a chiropractor in Wellington, and he is on page 1, and he is on the map and all that. But anyway, so what I wanted to show you is that I type in Wellington, Florida chiropractor into the search bar. So let's just say you're a chiropractor and you want to start a chiropractor website in your town. And then you'll see, even for this, so Wellington, Florida is a city with about 150,000 people, I think now. It might be 130,000. I'm not sure, somewhere around there. And already just for that, we know there's not that many chiropractors, right? And it says there's 2,250,000 results. Okay, so that gives you, so if you're just a little chiropractor in a little town, look at your competition. You've got to beat 2,250,000 websites that have that term in it. And I think a lot of these are going to pull from Wellington chiropractor instead of just Florida. So Google is saying, okay, there's like lots of Wellingtons. There's a Wellington is the capital of New Zealand, so that could be skewed. There's a Wellington in other states. There's a Wellington even in Utah, we found driving through the desert one day. So there's a lot of Wellingtons. So that could be part of it, but still you're competing against them. So this is why I ask you, how is yours worthy of ranking, right? And for what? Because you can make a website, but if you don't understand keyword structure and you don't know what it should be about, and you just think you know, like everything is up here, like I'm like, or you're being very subjective, that's the other problem, or you're being very egocentric, that's the other problem. So either your ego's in the way, you're being subjective about what you're going to write about and what should be on there. And we're going to go through all of those as we do design and everything like that. So Google established, they're so busy doing this, right? Trying to get rid of all this spam. And so they established what they call EAT, EEAT. And I'm going to have a specific video training on that. But in order for your website to stand a chance, even a tiny chance of getting any Google search traffic, we call that organic traffic, you must meet EEAT guidelines. And EEAT stands for experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So that's what it stands for. And we're going to go into detail in a video about what all that means. But how do you get that on your website? Very quickly, it's going to be through your About page. And again, that's going to be another video that we're going to be talking about. So make sure you stay tuned and set your notifications, subscribe to my channel to make sure that you get all this information and follow it step by step. So in a nutshell, we're going to go much more detail in another video, but you need relevant content that meets these EEAT, we call them standards. It's topically relevant and contains NLP, which is natural language, and it contains semantics. It contains low traffic keywords, because that's the only way you're going to rank. You're not going to beat the big boys. If you have a web, like I always like to use the example of real estate. If you have a website and you're in Miami, Florida, and you want to go after the term Miami, Florida real estate, you will never, ever win for that term. I don't care how much money you throw at it, because Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, they will always have those top positions. It's only when you niche down, and we're going to go into that as well when we do our keyword discovery, into how can you niche down. Now, you will have to have a page on your website called Miami Real Estate, because Google, that's called topical relevance, even though that page will never rank. People will still find it if they go to your website. So you have to have an interlinking plan. You have to have blog posts that answer the questions people ask and people also ask. You need to have pillar posts that link to all the target posts, and so on and so forth. So all of this we're going to go through, so just stay tuned. This all leads me back, though, to my original question is, what are you doing to your website to prove that, number one, you're human and you're not a spammer, and number two, that you're going to cover EAT so that Google trusts you and loves your website? Leave me a comment below on how you're doing that. I'd love to hear your take on that. So I wanted to show you another, because we're going to be doing the case studies, I put in the search term anti-aging. Hopefully you can see. Yeah, I think you can still see. Yeah, I think we can see it, right? Yeah. Anti-aging, all natural, non-toxic skincare. So that's a very long tail keyword, a great keyword to go after. So let's just look at this page real quick. So we have sponsored ad, sponsored ad, sponsored. We don't count any of those. The first organic search is the best organic skincare for anti-aging. So Google is saying, the algorithm it's a mathematical equations that it's going, right? So it sees the anti-aging and it sees all natural, and it's saying, okay, well, there's nobody that has that exact term in their title, but organic must mean the same thing as all natural, right? And non-toxic probably also means the same thing as organic. So this is a great article to write about, because nobody is ranking number one for it. And I see here number 6 spot, which is actually a number 2, says non-toxic anti-aging beauty routine guide. So that's pretty good. But what I wanted to show you again, when we just put that's a super long tail. Look how many results we have here. 39,100,000 results. So that is telling you how competitive like how many websites there really are that might be ranking for the same term you want to rank for. This is so important for you to understand, because people don't take this into perspective. They use their ego gets involved. There's sorry about that. Their ego gets involved. They're subjective. They don't like something. They don't like the way something looks or feels, but none of that matters, because first of all, we got to please Google and we got to please other humans, and the other humans we need to please are not you and me. They are your clients and your leads and your ideal prospects, your audience, your avatar. So we're going to go through all of that as well. So I look forward to being able to do all of that, and we're going to go on to the next video. So again, subscribe to my channel. Like this video, leave me a comment. This really helps YouTube to push my videos out to more people, and set your notifications so that you can be notified when I do a video. I don't do videos that are not important, or that I know in the market. After being in marketing for so many years, for over 50 years, I've been in marketing, because even before I started my real estate business 40 plus years ago, I have owned other businesses. So I've owned brick and mortar stores. I've owned a Taekwondo school. I've owned daycare center, home daycare. I have done all kinds of at-home businesses. So many different things. I'm a coach, a strategic consultant, teacher, so many, many different things. So I come with you with a lot of experience. Okay. So I cover the EAT pretty well, put it that way. I look forward to talking to you in the next video.